Who's reading what? I'll start with myself. I'm Joseph Nardi. I'm playing Blair Bennett. I'm also playing the Vietnamese guard, I believe. And yes, Mr. Hicks.
I'm playing Vincent.
And
General Kawak.
yeah, Holly.
I'm playing Suki and Susie.
John.
I'm playing the preacher and Peter B.
The preacher and who else?
Peter
Peter
Yablas.
Peter
Yablas.
V.
Yablans.
Yablas.
And Officer LeBlancs. Jason.
Yablans.
Dr. Wyman,
Yablans.
Bryce, and what the hell does it say?
Peter. Peter.
That says Piotr.
That's how you pronounce it in French. Peter.
French. Oh.
Yeah. Peter Brophy. John.
I'm playing Patriarch Raymond Garth, sons Andrew and Morris Garth, and I'll be making the noises for Suzanne and Margaret Garth
No,
as well.
Suzanne is somebody's doing Suzanne. Who's doing Suzanne? Who's got Suzanne?
I don't have Suzanne. I have Eleanor.
Okay, so
I can do it. I can do it.
no, let a woman do it. Okay? Who wants to do Suzanne?
Who
We'll let
volunteers?
Veronica
I mean,
do Suzanne.
you don't have Suzanne?
Yeah, I've got
What,
Lillian
Nick out
and
there, John?
Flapper.
No.
Flapper.
The big big.
Flapper.
We'll have you do Suzanne, even though, yeah, we'll write Suzanne on there.
Do
But,
you have both a Susie and a Suzanne?
Yes.
well, Susie's just like.
So you're going to be my wife and my daughter.
Oh, boy. Nice.
What a conflict
Andrew,
of
what do you
interest.
okay, so Veronica, you're next. You're gonna play.
Okay, I am Lillian, Flapper, and Suzanne.
Okay, and Andrew.
I am James, Hans, and Robin Hood. Probably without the tights.
Okay, and Miss Phyllis.
I am Eleanor.
Okay.
Wolf. Eleanor Wolf.
Okay, so
It just
guys,
says Eleanor.
as we're starting the screenplay here, Nick's not here yet, so we're going to start without him. When he gets here, he'll take over from reading body copy from me. This is kind of a reverse home invasion thriller. Instead of the bad person being outside the house, the bad people are inside the house, and the guy's trying to come in to save the kids. It's an anti-abuse story. Yes, there is some, how do you say it? Phyllis, what did you call it? Gory?
Violence.
Yeah.
Violence scene.
Unfortunately,
Violence, gory, intense.
you have to have certain things in order to show the worst of humanity. You know, show the best, you have to sometimes show the worst, which is something we talked about. But I'm very, very much, I've worked with kids all my life in martial arts, so, and my cousin was Down syndrome, and I raised a kid who was not mine for 10 years who was autistic, so I have all the,
Did you change the batteries and all the remotes
Yes,
before
sir.
we? Okay.
He said that's changed.
I'm fully into helping all the special needs people. I think they're great people, and I think they deserve
2-0.
the best
Sorry,
possible
Gwen.
treatment.
Oh,
Okay.
you have the
I
right.
also work with special needs kids.
You do? Very good, very good, very
I'm
good.
a TA for a
He
special
said
needs
he
program.
has the right.
Nice.
All right, so we're going to start up here.
Who's doing the narration?
I'm going to do it.
Until the dude gets here.
You got these synced up?
Let
How
me
does the
just
music
make sure I can hear everybody.
I'm
All
so
right,
glad I
here
didn't
we
bring any dessert here.
go. All right, here we go, everybody.
There we go.
So, in 1850, miner Virgil Garth strikes gold in Sacramento, California. He builds a mining empire and moves to New Orleans, Louisiana, to build his dream mansion. Garth Manor is erected, and for many decades, over 4 generations of Garths inhabit the isolated property deep in the woods away from the main city. Between 1940 and 1955, Raymond Garth moves in along with his wife Lillian, and she bears him 4 children of varying mental degrees and physical deformity. With only a few servants and no modern utilities, separated from all major social establishments, the Garth family slowly goes insane. And narration scroll. May 1st, 1945.
It's probably.
In a New Orleans wedding chateau, a hand places a golden wedding ring on the hand of a female as soft piano music plays.
With this ring, I thee wed.
We pull back to show Raymond Garth and his bride Lillian, both mid-20s. Raymond is dressed in a rather peculiar but upscale tuxedo. He looks like a younger George Washington. His wife Lillian has an odd beauty about her but speaks with a tiny speech impediment and a slightly cleft upper lip. There are no guests, just the preacher, a 70-year-old man crippled up with arthritic hands.
With this ring, I thee wed.
She places a golden ring on his ring finger.
By the powers invested in me, I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride. Raymond leans forward.
No, stop. Raymond leans forward as she lifts her veil. They kiss. It's innocent and quick. They both smile to one another as the preacher opens his arm and gestures to them. When the couple turns away, he looks downwards as overcome by sudden guilt. The two newlyweds smile and beam as the piano music ends. Garth Mansion, night. January 25th, 1948. Silhouetted against the night sky is the large and imposing shadow of Garth Manor, a very handsome-looking mansion from the 1800s. We hear shrieking from within as we cut to, inside the master bedroom at night, the hand of a young midwife, Eleanor, 33, matronly and dressed in white. She has blood splattered on a white apron and her face is sweating with her hair falling out of the bun. Before her on the master bed is Lillian, half-naked and splayed, covered in white sheets, stained with blood sprinkles as she gives birth to his son.
Good God, it hurts! Get it out of me! It hurts so much!
Almost there. One more push.
Splurt, bloody water and foam hit a steel pail below as the bed and a whole lot of afterbirth comes sloshing out with a disturbed splash. We tilt up to the umbilicus. It is connected to our newborn, Morris Garth. Raymond looks on with a horrified expression as Eleanor holds up the child for him after snipping the umbilicus with a pair of scissors.
Congrats, Mr. Garth. Your firstborn is a male.
Raymond holds him up with two hands, and instead of cradling him, he drops one leg with one hand and suspends the deformed mongoloid child upside down before him. The child wails and cries. Raymond looks positively defeated. We pull on the huge head of the deformed infant. The eyes look black and distorted, even though the crying sounds normal. Cut to Garth Manor. Outside stained glass windows night. A thunderstorm flails as the water pelts the window with a resounding patter. Lightning illuminates the inside, and we can see another birth is taking place. This one on July 26, 1949. In the library, Lillian is in tense labor again. Both the midwife and the butler look on as maid also try to help Raymond, who is overcome with grief. The child infant being passed through Lillian's loins is breached backwards and trapped at the neck.
Child is breached. If we pull, we could damage the neck.
Lillian screams and her face is turning red like a giant tomato from stress and pain. Everyone is shocked at what happens next. Unable to hold back his anger or emotions, Raymond grabs hold of the right foot and yanks the baby free, damaging her foot in the process. As it pops out of his wife's orifice with a splash of amniotic fluid and blood, the baby's neck is blue as the umbilicus has strangled her slightly. The midwife quickly unwraps the child's neck and begins to extract water from its lungs with a large suction bag.
Mercy for my daughter, good Lord, have mercy!
Crying can be heard as the baby survives. This is young Suzanne.
It's a boy. Oh no, it's
The nurse screams when she realizes the sex of the baby is a hermaphrodite. Raymond's eyes go wide as he realizes this freak of nature, and then his head drops in agony. The young Morris watches, his hands wipe the baby clean. His head has multiple contusions and looks like he has Down syndrome, as well as large oval eyes with dark irises. He watches on with childlike innocence. He does not seem to realize any defect his little sister has been born with. We cut to July 4th, 1952 at Garth Mansion. 4th of July fireworks blaze over the Garth Mansion. From as far as Raymond and Lillian walk on the balcony with a third child, the newly born Margaret. Swaddled in blankets, Margaret appears normal and beautiful, but cries with a ferocious volume. Lillian rocks her as we cut to the bedroom. A child's room with little girl decorations around the cradle and bassinet. An elderly Dr. Wyman, checking Margaret's eyes and ears, shakes his head willfully at the present couple. Doctor.
I am so sorry, Raymond. Lillian, your child is deaf and blind.
No, not Margaret.
We pull in the blind eyes. They do not wink, unaffected by a shining bright light. In the mansion at night, December 14th, 1954. Raymond sits in his studies, Christmas decor is everywhere. We hear Nat King Cole's Joy to the World playing. A small Winchester 6-shooter firearm sits nearby. He takes one bullet at his desk and places it within the chamber. He rolls the chamber and slots it shut. He places his gun to his temple and clicks. Nothing. Empty chamber. He sighs.
It's a boy!
He places the gun as his desk drawer and goes back in the master bedroom to see a fairly normal-looking male child being presented to him. His wife, spent with birthing exhaustion, vomits into a bucket with the maid's assistant behind him. He holds the boy up and we see snow falling outside the window as a cool breeze rustles through the fireplace-lit room. We hear the Christmas carol and it appears to be peaceful. The boy moans. The inside of his mouth is discolored with brown gums and weird tissue formation. Drool drips from his lower jaw as he hiccups. Raymond shakes his head in dismay.
Andrew, my final son, I had the highest hopes for you.
The baby cries, as does Lillian. Morris and Suzanne, the oldest siblings, are nearby, and we notice her limping. They both look on curiously. We hear another child screaming in the background.
But such hope does not exist in our world.
We cut to Andrew's innocent face as the screen slowly fades to black. Black screen. Red letters erected like a building on a black screen. Joy to the World ends in total silence on the soundtrack. Garth Manor. Fade out to black. Blink in. Laos, Vietnam. Pathet Lao Prison Camp Day. 1969. The Vietnam War. The Pathet Lao Prison Camp. We pan down from the sky into rice paddies as several Vietnamese farmers in black pajamas and hats pack rice from the paddies. One hand reaches down and grabs the rice, just as a golden snake slithers by his quick hands. We tilt up. This is Blair Bennett, 27, sunburned, overgrowth of hair and beard, gaunt and ragged. He's dressed in rags. He looks like he's starving. He's a prisoner of war and he's under the gun. In the background, we see a few NVA soldiers with M1s as a few or more PLWs line the paddies picking rice. He looks back and forth between the guards and the farmers. Gun to Mao! Sort of like I Mao! Blair nods his head in compliance and fills his basket with rice. He slowly trots back towards the other guards as the remaining PLWs turn and follow suit, each carrying a basket of rice. He looks to a sad Vietnamese mother and her son and her small child. The NVA soldier yells at her mother and her child. He shoves her out of the way. Blair watches with quiet rage. In the concentration camp at night, it's a very quiet evening with primitive torchlight. The camp is a makeshift one, but created by bamboo and thatch huts. A large fence encircles the encampment. At the top of the fence are sharp punya sticks that would impale anyone dumb enough to attempt climbing over. In the prison hut at night, Blair is covertly loosening logs under his hut with a small sharp shiv he has created from a piece of flint. He looks over to his bunkmate, an emaciated U.S. Navy shoulder named Hans, 23. When these logs go, we squeeze through and grab whatever we can and head for the Mekong.
It'll never work, Blair. They are up all night.
A handful of rice a day won't work either. We're starving to death. It's been 6 months, Hans. Hans looks to him downtrodden and then exasperated.
I don't know if I have enough energy.
Is your will to live greater than your will to die?
I guess we will find out.
Blair hides the flint as he climbs into his straw bunk before dusk. Camp night. Hours later, one NVA guard is briefly snoozing as he tries to maintain his guard. He leans next to a tree. Hands reach from behind his head. One hand muffles his mouth and squeezes it. The other hand goes into a lock behind his skull. The snap is quick and abrupt, breaking his spine at the neck. He drops like a bag of dirt as Blair lowers him down against the tree. Hans is moving next to him and grabs the M1 rifle out of his arms. Blair finds a flare in the dead guard and pockets it. The two men rush off towards the fence. Underneath the fence, a small burrow has been dug and disguised with weeds and grass. The two men move quickly to disperse the camo and then slide under the fence perimeter. At the Mekong River at dawn, Blair and Hans exit tall grass and move towards the Mekong River basin. As they make their way towards the river, we hear choppers in the distance.
Damn it! We almost made it.
Blair and he rush to hide in the tall grass as an NVA chopper flies overhead. It's too late. They've been spied. We hear gunfire off the chopper as Blair and Hans both jump into the Mekong. In the Mekong River at dawn, both men find a floating log and grab onto it as the water is moving moderately good for escape speed. The chopper makes another flyby, shooting down at the water. Hans and Blair nestle down, avoiding the bullets as they nick the water around it. Give me the M1 now, Hans! Hans passes him the weapon as he climbs up on the log, carefully not to wet the weapon. Blair balances himself sitting on a log, half hidden by a root on the edge. He places the rifle on the root stump and lines up his eye line. He aims. The chopper's coming back for another flyby. We pull on Blair's eyes. He has the focus and intensity. He's not fucking around. The chopper gunner is firing away when bullets pelt his chest and kill him. Blair pulls back as the chopper makes a sudden turn, having lost their deck gunner. Start paddling. Both men using both arms start paddling as the log goes down the Mekong River. Mekong Day. Some time has passed, and the two POWs have made significant progress, having paddled and being swept several miles down the river. First sign of one of our birds, I'm going to pop smoke.
We gotta be nearby. This is where we went down.
Well, things change in 6 months. At the ridge, a new NVA chopper rises up over the ridge and spots them. It's not one of ours. Hans looks dismayed.
Come on, God, give us a break here already.
The chopper starts to close the distance. I only have a few shots left.
What do we do?
If they spot us, dive and hold your air. Chances are they would think they killed us.
But we will lose a log.
It's better than losing our lives. The chopper draws up, and both men see it as lower than the last one. Chopper Day. One of the NVA spots them and shouts in Vietnamese. The chopper starts to descend towards their position. They see us! Dive! Dive! Both men hold their breath and dive off from holding onto the log as it drifts away. Underwater Day. Blair has left the M1 on the log and is using both hands to swim. Hans is swimming, but he's not as athletic. He falters and tries to keep up. Bullets pierce the water as they descend past both men. They dive deeper. Hans is trying to hold his breath, but he can't. The adrenaline takes over and he quits, turning to paddle back up and get some air. Blair is not even aware as he continues to swim deeper. His face is stern and resolved as he continues to hold his breath. At the river service day, Hans pops up out of the water and gasps for air. He raises his hands in defeat.
I give up. I give up.
The chopper Day, the deck gunner pours the M60 down at him. At the river Day, Hans is shot to death by the automatic gunfire. It tears him up as his body floats away. Underwater, Blair, point of view, looks up towards the sunlight in a deep green. He finally has to start surfacing and exhales bubbles slowly as he goes. He kicks for the surface. At the river Day, Blair's head pops up from the river surface and he sees Hans' bullet-riddled body floating. He turns and witnesses the chopper, having now gained a significant closure between him. It lands on the pontoons and the rotors start to die down. You son of a bitch! Go ahead and shoot me! NVA men fire at his position. It hits around him but doesn't kill him. One of the NVA stops at the firing and says something in Vietnamese. The chopper hovers closer. New PLW camp at night. Blair is hanging upside down in a much more advanced camp. The walls are actually made of 20th century material and there are much more accoutrements. This is a less primitive camp than the one he escaped from in Laos. General Kwok is a stubborn 50-year-old NVA general.
Your dog tags say you're FLS, Special Forces.
It's all a blood run to my head. I can't quite understand you. Maybe you want to speak English? Kwok is not amused.
Blood Bennett, Special Forces, Unit Blacklight. We wanted you to tell us some things about your command. You tell us, we make it easy. You don't, we make it hard. It's your choice.
Blair looks at him upside down. He knows it's not going to be pretty. Blair's face screaming as we cut to close-up thin wood filings being placed under his fingernails until it busts the nail bed and then he bleeds. Blair's face contorts as they rip his toenails off, tortuously sprinkling salt on the raw nail bed. Blair suspended upside down again. And Kwok.
I'm not tired of asking the same questions.
Hey, you know what's going to be so good about the next life? No assholes like you. Kwok shakes his head and looks to another shoulder. He whispers something in Vietnamese. The man leaves and then re-enters in a tiny white cloth bag.
Last challenge. He's not venomous, but he will try to burrow inside your mouth. Maybe you find this fun. Maybe you tell us.
Blair starts to try and move, and his arms are tethered at his side. Kwok and the guard hold him still as the rope, the bag with the golden-colored rice paddy snake around his head and tightens the string. Blair can be heard muffling, growling curses at the men as they laugh and swing his body back and forth. Blair and the snake are getting acquainted inside. They swing him and laugh as he thrashes back and forth. We hear the snake and him twitching around inside. Suddenly there's a crunch. All goes quiet. They stop him from swinging. Kwok looks to the soldier. They slowly poke the bag. No movement. They regard each other. Kwok unties the bag. Blair has passed out, but the snake's body hangs from his mouth as he has crushed his head with a bloody bite. Kwok looks to the ground. They start to lower him down. Kwok takes the dead snake out of his mouth and turns his back on Blair and the guard. Blair's body on the ground as they begin to untether his hands. Quack is complaining about the dead snake in Vietnamese when he doesn't even realize Blair has been playing possum. Blair has shoved the flintstone shiv up into the guard's lower jaw, impaling his mouth shut. Quack turns and realizes Blair is free. He goes for his firearm, but it's too late. Blair has jumped the distance between them both, and he wrestles the man down while smashing his wrist on the table, dislodging the gun. He grabs the fallen sidearm and jams into the general's chest, emptying 3 muffled shots through his torso. The general slides over, a dead look of contempt and anger on his face.
Bennett! 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 Ben.
He sighs and drops dead, eyes wide. Blair pats his head and starts checking him for clips as he looks around nervously. Blair stalks down a hallway, half hidden by shadows. His eyes are alive with presence, watching every detail he can see. We hear NVA guards laughing in another room with the door closed. The camp at night. Blair is out on the ground, sneaking about, and he sees a chopper without a guard. He quickly makes a byline for it. Chopper dawning. Blair gets in and straps in. He does a quick mental check, flicking switches and making sure all is good to go. Suddenly, the rotors begin whirling. The camp comes alive as other guards jump to their stations. A parapet with a gunner comes alive as activity starts happening everywhere. At the controls, the gunner at the parapet aim and fire as Blair lifts off on an oblique angle. The bullets miss the chopper but hit the dirt all around the landing gear. He pulls up on the curls and the chopper lifts off into the night sky. The chopper flies away over the jungle canopy as the camp noise dies down. Chopper at morning, Blair's face rugged and resolved. 1,000-yard stare painted across his gaze. A quick montage of cuts. The Vietnam woman and her child we saw earlier are crying in desperation as NVA soldiers abuse her, while another one sits on the child holding him in place. Punches sticks with bamboo edges sharp. One cuts on her fingernail bed. An NVA soldier rising up out of a foxhole with a tarp over his head. He fires a hidden gun. Bullets rippling flesh, blood spouting, heads being sliced, Han's dead body, the woman's dead body, her child crying in anguish, Blair hung upside down about to be dunked in water. Finally, we see the snake's head as it's bit down by Blair's teeth and crunches. And we cut to inside of a bedroom night. Blair jumps awake from a nightmare. We hear the house of the rising sun by the animals playing somewhere outside in the background. Blair is sweating, and he is in a panic. He looks around and realizes he is safe in his own bedroom. We hear sounds and fireworks outside. It is the dawning of a celebration. Blair pours some 7-Up mixed with Bieroski powder into a glass. He stirs it up and drinks it. He sits back and gets comfortable again. February 18th, 1969, Fat Tuesday, New Orleans. Now. He walks to the window and opens it, allowing a cool breeze to hit him. He stands swaddled in his sheets, still sweating. He drinks the 7-Up. He looks out into the front chateau as the dawning sun rises above the landscape. On the street, a Mardi Gras is beginning as a parade of characters dressed in different masquerades are marching down the street. It looks quite gratuitous. A marching band is playing and several parade floats are lined up for the procession. Blair's apartment, dawn. A hand lifts a straight razor and dry shaves his beard. A scar can be seen across his left temple. Blair looks older but athletic. Chiseled face, strong upper body displayed in the mirror. On a desk are a wallet, a watch, a pocket knife, and a set of keys equally spaced. Blair picks up each item and places it on himself. He is now dressed in a khaki shirt and military fatigues. He grabs a small pouch filled with a notebook and papers. He slings it across his shoulder. He fills his thermos with water. He eats a hard-boiled egg with a glass of orange juice. He places water and cat food on the floor by a handsome black cat who stalks forward before Blair exits. The food dish has Bagheera written across it. Music ends. A teal blue 1967 Mustang parks near a meter. Blair gets out and places change in the meter. This is the center of New Orleans. It's Main Street, and the Mardi Gras for Fat Tuesday is in full effect. Vendors on the street are selling food and drink. Hippies in beads and tie-dye shirts are also handing out anti-war pamphlets. Blair noticed this and walks by unaffected. It's a good day, it's a good day, it's a good day, it's a good day. An athletic man dressed in a Robin Hood outfit, around 21 years old, and his 30s flapper girlfriend are kissing and making out in a small alcove off to the side of the commotion. She pulls away from him and he pulls her back. Blair notices this and he refocuses on his task at hand. He passes by the couple. Don't do it. Mind your own business, my friend, mind your own business. Blair crosses a street and makes his way into an office building, neatly nestled between a large fountain and the cobblestone street by which celebration is taking place. He moves hastily through the hustle and bustle of the crowd. He enters a door that reads, DCFS, established 1964. Blair ascends the steps and reaches the main office waiting room. He nods to the secretary. Keep moving, keep yourself moving, keep yourself moving, keep moving. Secretary. Susie. That's Susie the secretary.
Hello, Mr. Bennett. Happy Mardi Gras.
Hello, Susie. Is Mr. Curtis here?
He just got in. Give him a few minutes, okay?
Sure. Blair takes a seat, anxiously fiddling with a pen on the side table. His knee bobs with a quick tempo. He looks around and then his wristwatch. 12:06.
Did you say something, Mr. Bennett?
No, just talking to myself. Bryce Curtis, 55. Elderly southern gentleman opens his door and sees Blair seated.
Who's Curtis?
That's you, Bryce Curtis.
Me?
Yeah, that's you. Jason. Curtis is Bryce. Same thing.
Come on in, Mr. Bennett, and a happy Mardi Gras, sir.
You too, sir. Cut to the office day. A champagne bottle cork pops off as Curtis pours a glass for himself.
Sure, you won't have one, my friend?
No, thank you. I never touch it.
Well, it's a day of sin and extreme vice, being Fat Tuesday and all, being the purification of Ash Wednesday tomorrow. Have you tried the punchkis? Absolutely delicious.
He downs the champagne, pulls out his dossier. No, sir, but I hear that they are delicious. Curtis buzzes his intercom.
Susie, could you bring a strawberry punchki in for Mr. Bennett, please?
I'm good, really.
Scratch that, Susie.
Curtis opens the folder and reads to himself through his glasses.
What you know about Garth Manor?
One of the oldest buildings in Louisiana. Family were miners, diamond miners. Off the beaten path.
Way off the beaten path, about 30 minutes into the countryside. Them Garths, they like to keep to themselves, but we have a report that's been filed by the United States Post Office.
The post office, sir?
Mailman. He was delivering a package at the residence when he heard ungodly screams coming from within the manor. Could not, I repeat, not decipher whether it was kids or adult folk. Said it scared him so bad he refused to deliver any more mail to that residence.
Curtis puts the folder down. He looks at the Blair.
Now it's within our jurisdiction to formulate a report based on this knowledge.
Are there children there?
We don't know. His hired help comes into town once a week for supplies, but he don't say dick, but diddly squaw as far as I know. But been that way for years. Old Ray Garth, he don't like nobody, knowing his comings or goings.
He is, well, financially, it's been well known.
Now, Mr. Bennett, I will be 100% honest with you. I don't know what the hay is going on in Garth Manor. Sincerely. His kids may be grown or not, never have seen any to speak of. But chances are this fellow may be holding children against their will or some kind of scandal. Shit, we don't know that, and he is part of our country here in New Orleans. Kidnapping and that sort of thing does not look good, especially during an election year.
So what would you like me to do, sir?
Well, Mr. Bennett, you are one of my best agents here. This is precisely why I want you to check this one out. You know the ways of the world, sir. You going on in, make your stand report, and then keep things hush-hush. Of course, if there is anything illegal going on, you let me know, sir. We will take care of it. Can I count on you for this assignment?
Blair looks across the desk. He contemplates some issue signing. You have my assurance, sir. I will get the report and keep things on the QT.
That's what I like to hear.
He points at Blair and smiles. He hands him the dossier. They shake.
You gonna be flying for TWA this year?
Later, December, holidays. That's the plan, sir.
It will be a sad day when I lose your services here, Mr. Bennett, but every man has got to do what every man's got to do. Godspeed, sir.
Blair takes the papers and slides them into his pouch. He then turns to exit before making one final gesture at his boss. Mr. Curtis, sir?
Yes, Mr. Bennett?
I think I will take that punchki to go. Street day. Blair bites into the strawberry punchki with a crunch as we pull back out from the close-up. He makes his way across the street back to the car and notices the same Robin Hood flapper couple now engaged in a bit of a heated discussion perched inside the stone alcove off to the side. He tries to avert his gaze, but he can't. Like some sort of hypnotic regimen has taken over his mind and he's compelled to watch what's going on. He stares at the woman who is now literally trying to pull away from the man. It looks like it could get ugly. Excuse me, but are you all right, ma'am?
It's the flapper.
I'm fine. It's no problem.
She looks to the ground embarrassed. The man is not so humble.
What are you doing? What are you doing? Poking your nose where it doesn't belong. Hey, wise guy?
Blair lifts his hand submissively. I just asked the lady if she was okay, that's all.
What are you going sweet on my daisy? Is that it? You liking what you see, boss man?
Blair locks eyes with the man. He is pushing into a dangerous teasing territory, one which is not taken lightly.
You coming back later? When I'm done with her and I think you can have at her.
He grins ridiculously at Blair, who is not amused in the least bit. Blair stonewalls the man, who is now starting to edge closer to him. He holds his ground, punchki in hand. It's kind of a startling look. Something is off. Something is not cool. Blair blinks. Why don't I get you and your lady friend a drink on me? Robin Hood looks to the flapper. She smiles dimly.
You want to buy us a drink? Hell yeah.
The air is suddenly cleaned in one moment as the tension relaxes. Blair shakes his head and smiles, but he has gripped the punchki so tightly the strawberries are literally bleeding out onto the ground with a bright red drip. We pull on his tight knuckle behind his back, close in on Blair's face. He smiles. Mission accomplished. Cut 2, Main Street day. The wheels of his car spin as we crane up to, we can hear the song, The Dawning of the Age of Aquarius, playing on his car FM radio. Blair's car passes by a petrol station and Gaines Automotive Garage. Feldman's Law Office is another building next to the garage. As his sleek car reaches the edge of the city limits, we see a university campus billboard reads, Alpha Sigma Rho, join today, make friends for life. Inside the car, Blair looks out his car window and puts on his turning signal as he turns onto Country Road. Blair's car is moving at a faster speed and the Mustang really has some pickup. The road is now very desolate. This is true country, outside the city and isolated. He comes up upon an orange orchard, and then we see the imposing Garth Manor. The house itself is a huge wrought iron fence surrounding the outer yard perimeter. Bladed prongs sit atop the fence like the teeth of a large metal dragon. There is a quiet sense of nature and wildlife as he parks his car across the iron fence and notices both the mailbox and the entrance gate. Orange trees grow up everywhere. He looks through his car window and begins to roll it up. He shuts the radio off and gets out of the car. Street day. Blair crosses the street and sees the immense gate and a padlock on it. He looks back and forth, up and down, all around. Desolation. Nobody is here. No welcoming committee, I see. He approaches the mailbox. It appears empty. Hello, the Manor. DCFS. New Orleans. Quiet. No movement. He whistles again, louder and longer this time. Anyone home? This is DCFS New Orleans office. He looks for anything to signal, and there above the mailbox sits a large, rusty copper bell. Blair takes down and shakes it vigorously. Silence. Again, nothing. Hello, this is DCFS New Orleans. Is anyone there? Yo! He shakes the bell again, still quiet. Only the ringing echoes through the orchard and grounds. Okay, then I think, therefore I am. He places the bell down and begins to walk around the property, sizing things up as he goes. The property is positively immense. He could easily get lost, but he follows the fence perimeter until he comes upon some hills. Grassy knoll day. Blair reaches the top of a grassy knoll and sees a large weeping willow tree which has a sort of breach over the top of the fence. A skilled climber could easily bypass the gate entirely if they climbed this tree the right way. Oh boy. Hello. Is anyone there? Okay, let's do this then. Nobody is rolling out the red carpet. Blair tosses his bag through the slats. Blair's hands grip the bough of the tree as he quickly makes his way up into the branch network. He moves quietly, almost like a spider. He gets to the major bough that crosses over the fence, and he does a hand over hand, a few feet above, over the spike fence. He's not looking down. He quickly passes the fence and drops down onto the ground, which is elevated. He swings his legs and drops the short 10 feet to distance, landing softly on the grass. He rolls to break his fall and quickly gets up again. He looks back at the tree and the fence. Well, that's a one-way ticket, Mr. Bennett. No radio call for extraction. Let's hope somebody is home. He dusts himself out. He reaches down and picks up his bag. He sees an orange underneath it. He takes the orange and places it into his bag. Vitamin C keeps a sailor from getting scurvy. Hedge maze day. Blair is near a large hedge maze with different portions of shrubbery blocking and telling off certain spaces. He begins to walk through the maze and realizes he is now off to the rear of the manor. Bullfrogs and other wildlife can be heard chirping alongside Bird. He looks into the hedge bush and pushes and sees a robin's nest with cracked blue eggs. It's empty. One unfortunate baby has fallen from the nest and lies dead at his feet. Blair looks down to the large-eyed infant bird. And that is 100% protein. He turns a corner and walks right smack dab into Vincent DeSimone, age 55. This man is startled and taken aback, but Blair instantly recognized World War II patches on his jacket. The man steps back and catches his breath.
How the hell did you get in here?
No worries, my friend. I rang the bell. I made my presence known. I'm Special Agent Blair Bennett, DCFS, New Orleans office. He removes a letter from his bag.
DCFS, what the hell is that?
Louisiana Department of Children and Family Services. Here is my summons letter and my card. We could have called, but no phone line, I hear.
Mr. Garth is not going to be happy with this.
I used a willow tree to scale your fence. Vincent looks around sullenly. He drops his hands and turns his cap around his brow. You served World War II?
There, Calvert. Well, what's your name again?
Name's Blair Bennett, right there on the card. And your name is?
Vincent DeSimone. I'm the groundsman here.
You guys farm oranges or something?
Look, you don't understand. Mr. Garth is not into mainstream ways. He shuns the outside world. He had to help go into town once a week to pick up supplies, and that's it.
Listen, I'm not sure what the living arrangements are about here, but I was just sent to do a preliminary interview on the state of the children. That's all. Vincent's face suddenly whitens. His mouth drops slowly.
I don't know what to say.
Well, we are a state-certified company. I run by federal funding. Our job is to make sure the children are being treated properly.
What makes you think there are any children here?
Mailman filed a report with us a few days ago. Said he heard childlike screams or screaming coming from the house, from the gate, up at the perimeter fence.
Children scream.
Yes, sir. It's a good distance from the manor to the fence, so I take it the screams were pretty loud. Very loud, you know. Vincent is even more intense looking now. He's getting more nervous by the second.
Look, you're gonna have to leave now. I can tell you out. I can let you out the front gate. This is not gonna work.
If you throw me out, my agency will come back with the police and a warrant and a reason to suspect foul play, as well as search the entire premises. You read the summons. It's all there in the letter.
I don't think Mr. Garth is gonna be square with this business. He won't. He just won't go for it.
Are there kids here? Vincent looks at him like something awful just happened.
Kids, you better come with me, sir.
He hurries along as they exit the turn and walk the maze. Insert cut to the fallen dead bird's head and its enlarged eyeball. Hedge maze, high angle day. Camera pans above them as they walk the rest of the maze. You know, I served in the country, Vietnam.
I'm gonna definitely give this to Mr. Garth, but you, sir, are gonna have to wait outside.
You fought for your country? Vincent looks at him as they hurry along.
Nor will be.
Blair shakes his head in silent approval. Nothing more need be said. Fountain day. The two men round an enormous fountain with a lily pads, frogs, and a giant koi goldfish swimming under the surface.
I think you should wait right here, sir.
Okay, if you say so. I will just sit by the tranquil fountain. I can wait. This'll wish him well. Blair pulls out a coin and sits at the edge of the brick surrounding ledge.
Please don't. Just stay here, sir. Thank you.
Sure thing. You have my word. Scout's honor. Vincent takes the letter and quickly has it. Blair watches him go. Nice way to breed suspicion. If it's not a wishing well, just say it's not one. He uses the coin to start peeling the orange and he eats it. Okay, we're going to take a break right there.